Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Elder Scrolls Online. Last time we met Norianwe and we made our way through what is basically Tutorial Island, discovering what sky shards are on the way as well as basic combat. Today we will be finishing the tutorial and beginning our journey through the Aldmeri Dominion. Let's carry on. Let's begin our adventure.
There it is. Send it back to oblivion.
Shizel the Traveller is not a particularly difficult boss fight. There aren't too many difficult boss fights, seeing as this is an MMO.
Wither and die.
She does stun you, which is, you know, pretty big news. No, it's not really. Given that this is an MMO, you'll find boss fights are more about dodging enemy abilities than they are, I don't know, other traditional ways of boss fights. And again, I don't know who's watching this, so I don't know how familiar you are with ESO or MMOs, but I'm just trying to make this a little bit,
wasn't too badly damaged.
clear for everyone. If you already know all of this stuff, thanks for sticking with us while the first few episodes are fairly tutorial heavy. Bookshelves. You are going to want to read every bookshelf you come across, because some of them will contain skill ups, just like in the Elder Scrolls series. It would be great though if I could actually select the books instead of be shelved between them.
By all the stars. Look at the central column. I had no idea it was concealing something like this. Let's get a closer look.
That being said, don't feel pressured to read every single bookshelf in a library, just like maybe while you're running past them or something, you know. It would be great if I actually came across a skill up book so that you knew I wasn't talking out my ass, but whatevs, let's go. Also, whenever you find a book in the open world that's glowing yellow, you want to read it, and not sit there and read through the entire thing, but at least click on it and open it up and leave it again, because, and I won't spoil where from, but you do get an ability later on
This is the key
which allows you to go back and read them
but not so remember it.
from your memory. Okay, this is it. This is the end of the tutorial.
Now I see why we never managed to unlock the gates. Their power comes from this arcane helix. Amazing. With the helix exposed, these gates can finally reopen. Perhaps not all of them at first, but enough to reach most of Tamriel. The question for you, I suppose, is where to first? Can you believe this? Just look around. With this arcane helix exposed, the chamber is positively crackling with magic. The Keyride's gallery has come to life, and I finally think I know why.
What do you mean? Why did it come to life?
Because of you. Matters in Tamriel are bleak. War rages in Cyrodiil. Daedric princes conspire. Dragons ride the winds of elsewhere. The Second Era needs a savior. I believe the gallery, perhaps even the adamantine tower itself, chose you.
What do you think I should do next?
The Keyride's gallery opened doors to every corner of Tamriel, places I suspect that desperately need a hero's aid. This choice is yours to make, but wherever you choose to go, I'm sure adventure awaits. May the stars protect you.
So yeah, it's very basic video gamey, minimal lore, just to kind of point you in the right direction and be like, look at all of these adventures, you can go to whichever one you want.
So, have you chosen where to go? What region of the world strikes your fancy? Not everyone gets to pass instantly from one side of Tamriel to another, you know. This is quite a gift.
Do you plan to use one of the doors as well?
What, me? No, I've got work to do. The Cinderil will want every bit of this place searched and studied. Since I did the discovering, I'll probably end up leading the effort. Adventure abroad sounds all well and good, but my place is here.
So as you can see, we got a rank up for the spell we were using. That's why it's important to slot as many spells from as many family trees as possible, at least at the beginning of the game. And it can be tough when looking up a good build online to get to the spells beforehand, which is why I think you should just do what you like until you hit level 50, and then everything changes. Do you really think fate brought me here?
Well, fate's sort of a clumsy way to put it. No offense. Honestly, we may never know why you were chosen. But I believe there was intention here. Something, whether it be the stars, the gallery, or the tower itself, placed you here for a reason.
And Shizel, what brought it here?
Perhaps it followed you to prevent you from reaching your, well, destiny sounds a bit too grandiose. Let's just say to stop you from reaching your potential. Then again, maybe the power of this place brought you here to stop Shizel.
I guess we'll never know.
Probably not. But what's a life without unanswered questions, right? Boring, if you ask me.
Do you think you'll ever unravel the mysteries of this place?
Ha! An elf can hope. Answering that question will probably keep me occupied for the next 100 years. Is the helix connected to the adamantine tower? How does it perceive distant corners of Tamriel? I may never understand it, but I'll do my best.
Any thoughts on where I should go? And by the way, if you feel burnt out by me exploring too many dialogue options, please remember this is a YouTube video, feel free to skip ahead.
It is a bit overwhelming, isn't it? The whole of Tamriel is stretched out before you. We could start with the political considerations. 3 great alliances vie for control of Cyrodiil. Does the fate of the Pact, Covenant, or Dominion interest you?
Yes, I would like to travel to Alliance territory.
Excellent. You can visit Stros Mackay in Daggerfall Covenant territory, an island called Canathi's Ruse that the Aldmeri Dominion set its eyes on, or the Ebonheart Pact's domain.
What, you're not going to name the Ebonheart Pact area? What if people need to know where to go for the Ebonheart Pact area? Okay, that's slightly weird. Okay, so let's quickly level up before we go through the portal. I went to the wrong screen, don't mind me, I know exactly what I'm doing, I'm a professional. More stamina please. Now, Daedric summoning. Let's get our unstable familiar up. I do like Daedric summoning, I gotta say. Okay, so this is the latest chapter, Blackwood, I'm sure that rotates out yearly. And over there you can see elsewhere. We are going to go to Canathi's Roost, which I believe is... Oh, right here? It just says rat. Why does it only say rat? Canathi's Roost, there we go. This is the beginning of the Aldmeri Dominion storyline. Now, as for the main storyline, I'm not going to start doing that straight away. But the issue is that the main storyline is tied in with the things that you see in the zone, but luckily not too strongly. So all you need to know is that a Daedric lord called Molag Bal is from his Daedric realm of oblivion in Cold Harbor, basically trying to take over the world with these dark anchors that appear in the sky and basically anchor into the ground and make a whole bunch of Daedra invade. But that's
Canathi's Roost, a Khajiiti isle with emerging ties to the Aldmeri Dominion. Sea elves have been flexing their muscles in that part of the Topal Bay. Competing interests could lead to bloodshed. Someone like you could set things right.
So yeah, basically, nice little... I didn't realise, by the way, when you clicked on the portal you got a little bit more dialogue. I've never done that yet. But yeah, basically you don't need to worry too much about the main quest in true Elder Scrolls fashion, and we'll tackle it at a later time, because it will just be another tutorial-looking area for the first mission, and we're not going to do 2 back-to-back, and you can't choose it at the start either, sadly. But yeah, let's travel to Canathi's Roost and start the Aldmeri Dominion storyline. This is an island off the south coast of Elsewhere, and is named after the Khajiiti goddess of someone or other. Never mind. Those loading screens used to be a lot... Oh my god, that's weird. There was another character inside of me. So that reminds me, you may notice that she is a dark elf. One of the beauties of Elder Scrolls Online, or one of the good features I guess I should say, is that you can do any alliance storyline no matter which alliance you pick. Didn't always used to work that way, but they introduced an update called 1 Tamriel, which introduced level scaling as well as this feature. So there is a thing in the store called Any Alliance, Any Race, which used to be what you'd pick if you wanted to do, for instance, Dark Elf storylines, High Elf storylines as a Dark Elf. But now it's purely Alliance and cosmetic. I don't know why this guy is trying to hurt me, but you know, what can I say? The world is a harsh place. This quest marker is a very specific quest marker, and it shows you the main zone storylines, and those are what we're going to be focusing on initially. We're going to be ignoring side quests, because the main zone quests have more than enough for us to do. At a later date we may go back and do more zone side quests. That is to be decided. Let me know if you would like to see that.
You there, wet one. This one needs to speak to you.
This is a Khajiit called Razum-dar. We will be talking to him a lot throughout this playthrough.
Welcome to Canathi's Roost, friend. The hurricane must have been very disorienting. So many injured, confused. Keep your voice down. Try not to draw attention.
What are you talking about?
Razum-dar is here on a mission of some
delicacy. You are just what the Bandari ordered. Between your hands and Raz's good looks, we are certain to see this through.
What kind of help do you need?
First, a question. Where did you come from?
I'm a Dominion soldier who survived a shipwreck.
Yes, lie with confidence. A straight face and a gleam in your eye. Well done. It is very good right now to fit in. Your sudden arrival, it does not fit in, you understand?
Why should I trust you?
You should not. You should trust your instincts. Leave if you wish. No one will stop you. Or, come with Raz and do what you can to help us recover. In the process, grow your stature and wealth. It is entirely up to you.
Why are you helping me?
Because you are no soldier, which is useful. You can speak with the locals, assure them we are not invaders or marauders. Now come, let us try to fit in.
Very well.
Commander Karen, the moment this recruit survived the shipwreck without injuries. You mentioned something about the shattered shoals, yes?
Commander Karen. Okay, I guess I gotta go talk to you. She's just gonna stand there and ignore us.
Glad you're up and about, recruit. I'm in need of a scout to head to Shattered Shoals. Most of our fleet foundered to the west, but we've had few survivors trickle in from that direction.
What do you need exactly?
We captured a sea viper spying on the camp. Those pirates never travel alone. Find out if they're around Shattered Shoals, and if so, what they're doing on this island. Of course, you should assist any shipwreck survivors you find. We must each do our part.
I'll do what I can.
Before you head to Shattered Shoals, speak with Eelsil. He just returned from exploring a nearby temple. That wizard claims to know something about everything, so he may have insight on how these sea vipers operate.
Ilsil is this way.
By the way, if you are wondering where in the world of Tamriel we are, here's the map. This is a very small starter island. Every faction starts on a small starter island, and this is the rest of Tamriel. Over time, more and more bits have been filled in with DLCs. For instance, this is the PvP DLC. It's where the Elder Scrolls 4 takes place. This is Western Skyrim. It's last year's main DLC, and it's some of Skyrim. Here's some more of Skyrim. This was all vanilla game, Eastmarch and the Rift. But we don't need to worry about all of that right now. That's just to let you know whereabouts we are in relation to other games. And actually, I should probably also mention Morrowind is way up here. Well, it's called Vardenfell. Morrowind also, this land here counts as Morrowind as well. But this Vardenfell here is the very first main DLC of the game. There were some smaller ones before it though, but again, we'll get to that at a future time. Let's continue. Hi, Eelsil.
Marvelous, isn't it? We'll have to construct a special room for the Morning Stone when we bring it back to the Mages Guild. I'm sorry, did you need something?
Commander Karanif said you returned from a nearby temple.
Yes. The Temple of the Morning Springs is an old Khajiit ruin not far from here. We excavated the Morning Stone from one of the chambers. As you can see, its supply of water appears endless.
Did you encounter any sea vipers?
What do you mean, pirates? In an ancient Khajiit temple? Preposterous! All we saw were the undead warriors that overran our camp.
Not sure why you're so offended, but okay. Why were you attacked by the undead?
I have no idea. Actually, I have 12 ideas, but they're far less fascinating than the Morning Stone. Probably some sort of ancient curse. It usually is with these things.
So what can you tell me about the sea vipers?
Arrogant sea elf pirates. To my recollection, they aren't known to raid Kanathi's roost. Oh, and they have a thing for snakes. But I'm sure we both have more important matters to attend. If you'd excuse me?
We should speak privately. Before you depart, let's meet by the statues north of camp.
Alright. Now, this is, as a vanilla zone, I will mention, graphically, it's not a huge ways off from the latest chapter. Or at least it doesn't look that way based on what I'm seeing before the patch hits tomorrow. But it is a little bit older. It doesn't look quite as nice as some of the newer stuff does. I just want to throw that out there. in case you were wondering. But it's not as dramatic as something like World of Warcraft, where Elwyn Forest looks substantially worse than Bastion.
There, see? You fit in and no one will stop you from walking away.
I'm listening.
Ilsil is most impressed with his newest bubble. But the undead are a threat to all of Canarte's roost. If you want to, you could search the Temple of the Morning Springs, determine how to contain the dead there. Then the locals should see we came here as allies, not conquerors.
Alright, anything else?
Karanet told you how the hurricane dashed the fleet of Canarte's roost. Now the sea vipers are picking at the bones of our ships. Strange, yes? You could scout the coast, as the commander said. Prove yourself to the soldiers.
Where are you headed?
Oh, there's far less glamorous work to be done in Eastern, at the northern end of the island. Let's meet up there, after you've done what you decide to do. Until then, bright moods guide your steps.
So I just did something that I get very annoyed at voice actors for doing. I placed the emphasis in the wrong way. I should have said, so where are you headed, as like, where are you going, because that's what my character wants to know. But I said, so where are you headed, as if like I was talking to him in a different manner. It's very easy to do if you're not paying 100% attention. And while I do love the characters and the story in this game, I will admit that it is very easy to let your attention wander.
Come no closer.
Okay, I'll come no closer because we're not doing side quests. But
For security, for unity, for the Dominion.
okay, but I will note that this is something really cool about Elder Scrolls Online. Like, this is a unique quest, fully voice acted, fully, like, it's got its own plot, it's like its own little thing, and it's cool, and they're everywhere. Now, what I just tried to do was mount up, because I'm used to having a mount equipped. You will get your mount as part of a level up reward, but because this is not my first character on the account, I already have some mounts. I tried to choose a mount which would be good based on the character that I am playing as. I honestly think this guy, like, even though this is like the coolest horse, it doesn't really fit him. I think he honestly would just go with an Imperial horse for now. We might change it later, but mounts in this game are usually attained through microtransactions, so that's why I don't have many. You can do that to quickly dismount, but yeah, mounting in this game isn't the best across characters, or I guess alts in general aren't treated particularly well in this particular MMO. You'll hear me complaining about this a lot as we go through the playthrough, but one example is mount speed. You have to visit a mount trainer every single day to gain 1% extra mount speed, or mount stamina, or mount carrying space, which basically gives you another inventory space. You can only do this once every 20 hours, and it's up to a maximum of 60 per skill of those three that I mentioned. And it's individual for every single character.
Please, I need your help. My master's life is in danger.
What happened?
I'm part of an expedition from Eagle's Strand. While we explored the Temple of the Morning Springs, the dead began to rise. The others fled, but my master never emerged. Aurelian told me to know when I should ask for help. Well, I'm asking.
What do you need me to do?
2 magical wards seal the temple, marked by emblems of a scorpion and a spider. If you can keep the undead away while I disrupt the wards, we can search for Aurelian together. How about it?
Alright, I'll help you disrupt the wards.
I have no doubt Aurelian can protect himself. But if he's trapped inside, we need to get him out.
Why were you in a temple?
My master and I had little to do after the shipwreck. When the locals mentioned a temple where the fountains never run dry, we leapt at the chance to investigate. Ilsil insisted on leading, of course.
Eilsil was studying a morning stone at Eagle's Strand.
Ah, so you've met him. My master calls him Eel-kill. Something about an experiment gone wrong many years ago. The morning stone you saw came from this temple. Ilsil was barely able to remove it before the undead fell upon us.
Did you learn anything about the morning stone?
Aurelian thought it could be used to control the weather, perhaps prevent another hurricane. Ilsil disagreed, of course. He insisted on studying it further at Eagle's Strand.
Alright. Well, Gaffwen, I will help you in a couple of days, or however far away the next video is, At the minute I'm doing them Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, but I'm concerned that I'll record too many in one block and I might need to put some extra recordings in here and there, but oh well. So that was another episode of Let's Play Elder Scrolls Online. We finished the tutorial and we made it to Kanafi's Roost, and now we're going to be helping the inhabitants here. Before we go, very quickly, I do just quickly want to say, oh, there's a sky shard over there. I do just very quickly want to say, you may have noticed when we accepted the quest that a little thing showed up and it said Temple of the Morning Springs, explore the Temple of Morning Springs. So this is a little milestone marker on your map. When you finish doing the quest in this area, it will invert the colours, so it will be mostly white with a black border. This used to be primarily how you would measure your progress throughout a zone, except nowadays you've got the map completion thing to the left to really help you understand. And from the top to the bottom there, you've got main quests, you've got way shrines, which help you fast travel, you've got points of interest, which you can find. Actually, that's the fourth one. The third one, I'm not so sure what that is. I think that's side quests, and the bottom one is sky shards. So yeah, that's a very nice little feature for completionists. And there is so much to do in this game when it comes to stuff like that. Let me show you a full zone. So for instance, this is a DLC, Seven Elsewhere. You have 6 main quests there, but you have like... Actually, this is a pretty bad one to show as an example. Let me go to Eastmarch, which is a vanilla zone. As you can see, there's 19 main quests to do here, and plenty more besides. And it zooms in a lot further as well. So that's the kind of game that Elder Scrolls Online is. Even if you just buy the base game from content from years and years ago, about for like a tenner in a sale, you have got so much game to go through. So yeah, this is going to be a long Let's Play, and this episode's getting pretty long as I continue talking. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.